friends, welcome to Hello Arts channel. I am Uma. In this video, we are going to see such an amazing, unbelievable project. You wanna know what it is? We are going to do a poncho in just 4 granny squares. What? Yes, it's real. We are going to make a great poncho in just 4 squares. See, I have made just 4 granny squares. You can see. Right, we are going to make a fantastic poncho with this. Okay, all you wanted to do is make a granny square, the bigger the better. Okay, even though after we attach the granny square we will be doing many rows to make it bigger on the bottom, but you have to make the square as bigger as it takes, because the size of the square determines the neck opening. Okay, so we have to pull through our head, so it has to be as wide as head opening. So you have to make a bigger square, but not so much bigger. Just make a reasonable size square. Okay, I made like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 rounds. This is for a kid poncho, so I have made it with the normal baby yarn. You can see this is a thinner yarn with 4 mm hook. If you want, you can use normal Super Saver or Caron Simple Soft and use 5 mm. Right? If you really want a poncho, you can wear it on spring and fall, even though it's not cold, not that much cold to wear a jacket, but at the same time you have to make something to make you warm. You can make it as a thicker with chunky yarn with appropriate hooks. Okay, so it's up to you. Make any granny square you want, like the center round or normal granny square or a simple granny square, anything. Okay, I have made 3 normal granny squares and one with the flower center, because this is gonna be my front side, so I just wanted to make it a little bit fancier. So I have made one square as a normal, as a flower center granny square. Okay, so you can make any type of granny square you want. You can choose any color. You don't need to stick with only 2 colors. You can make it colorful as you like. You can use variegated yarn, anything you want according to the person whom you are making. You can choose their colors, anything. So all we need to do is we have to make 4 granny squares of equal size, and let us see, let's make it bigger as possible. Right, fine. Now the trickiest part is how to join the granny square. Okay, we can't make a poncho by joining it like a blanket, right? If we join like this, it won't make a poncho. Okay, the trickiest part is only the joining. Okay, after you join this granny square into a poncho, you can obviously see the poncho and you can make the border as you wish. Right, so let's see how to join these. Right, fine. So this is my front side. Right, I will be keeping this as a diamond instead of a square. Right, now we have to have the same exact square with the behind. See here, so this, if this makes my front, this makes my back. So obviously we should not join these two, because we have to have room for the hands. Right, so this will be my one side. You can see how I am joining here. So this, we have only 4 squares, right? So one square goes this side and another square goes this side. We don't have any other squares to join, so these two will be joining here and these two will be joining here. How we are going to join this back square? We just fold it, right? So it makes 2 sides to join the 2 front and back squares. Like the same way, fold these 2 sides and make a joining with these 2 squares. This square one side and the front side, and the same one side and the front side. Now after we join here, we have another square here to join on the directly opposite side. Okay, if you see here, we are joining these two squares as a diamond like this. That is on the two consecutive sides here. This side is joining here and this side is joining here. These two sides remain untouched, right? But for the side squares, we are joining exactly opposite sides. This side and this side. These two sides remain untouched. Now you understand, right? This is the only thing you have to see. Now if you see, this goes the neck opening, the small opening, and this bottom goes the bottom opening. Okay, we will be adding many rows here in the bottom and a simple border single crochet in here. That's why I want you to make the square as big as it takes. Okay, if you make the square smaller, this space will be much smaller. Again, it will not go in through the head, right? So this is what we will be making and joining. Okay, we have seen many methods for square joining. We have the tutorials. I'll share the link in the description. The only thing you have to make sure is, as I mentioned in the joining video, we should not make the crochet joining, that is either single crochet joining or slip stitch joining for any clothing type, scarf, ponchos, for anything for that matter. Okay, we will either use the sewing method or as you go method. Okay, I'll share both the tutorials in the link in the description, so you can sew it up together. See, now you understand, right? We have kept one square for the front and another square for the back as a diamond, because these two squares has to join on two adjacent sides, and the two squares goes in the side should be joined on the exact opposite side, here and here, right? So this is the time we make the joining, right? If you are using sewing method, you can use the same color as that of the final row, so that you will not see any stitches wrong. If you are using as you go method, I prefer the contrast color, because anyway there will be no difference in the stitch, right? So you can, instead of using the same color, you can use the contrast color to make the as you go joining. Okay, so start joining with this. If you don't want to make seam the stitches here, you can always join in the back side. Okay, make sure that you are joining the front and back square in the adjacent sides and the side squares on the opposite sides. Okay, so I'll meet you after I have joined these four squares together, right? See, I have joined the center square with two other squares in the adjacent side, right? One on this, one on this. Now I am going to sew the back side square. So for that, what you have to do is just turn it, and you will see the wrong side now. So place it exactly with the front square and fold it up and started sewing from here, so that when you reach here, you can fold this and continue sewing. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you are sewing it up right. So take the front square, sew it up, start from here, sew it up with one square and sew it up with the another square. Like the same way, turn your work, place here, fold this square and start from this corner, so that when you reach here, you can continue with this, so that our base for the poncho is ready, and you can see the neck opening here. Okay, so sew it up and we'll start the next round later. See here, I have joined all the four sides. Actually we are joining four sides only, right? 1 2 3 4, right? So now what we are going to do is, we are going to make the border. Okay, as I already told, we can't increase the number of rows in the neckline, because the neck opening should be as big as possible, because it has to go through the head, right? So we will just do 2 rows of single crochets, right? We'll start from here, continue here, and work as a diamond. Okay, while working this, the only thing you want to make sure that you are working as a V-shaped neck. Okay, so in that case, while working in the corner, these two corners, just remember this. The corner of this square, I mean the center diamond square, is taken by one chain is taken by this square and one chain is taken by this square. So when we do the single crochet, we should not do anything here. Okay, even though the space is there, you should not do a single crochet here in this square, because it will collapse our V shape. It will be like a blunt V, which will not be good. Okay, you see, this side square only one chain is taken with one chain is taken, and this side square also only one chain is taken. So the one chain will be remaining in the corner, one chain will be remaining. So we will be doing a single crochet in this chain, and we'll be jumping into this square, not this square. By that way we will be having the exact V shape, right? Like the same way here also, see, the center square corner, the two chain will be taken by this side one and this side one. So when we do the single crochet, we should not do a single crochet here. We will be doing one chain here and one chain here. We will be skipping this. So when we do the second round, again, in order to make sure that we have the V structure undisturbed, we will be skipping the one single crochet here and one single crochet here, and continue. Okay, you will understand better when we do it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you should not do any single crochet in the center square. Okay, so start your slip knot. Instead of joining it in the front side, because this is my front side, right, I will start in the back side. Okay, see, I am starting in this corner, so that I will go on like this and end in the same, right? Usually you might remember, when we join the squares, we will use only the two loops of the chain, not the whole chain space. Okay, you should not insert your hook like this. You should insert your hook only in the top two loops of the chain. Then only you will have some white left, and your single crochets will be of equal size. Okay, so I have done chain 1, then insert again into the same two loops. If you find it difficult to start with the corner chain, that is, do a chain and also a single crochet in the same chain, you can always start with the next double crochet, and when you continue till the end, you can do one double crochet and do the slip stitch here. Okay, so do the single crochet here. Also in chain 1, you should not do the single crochet in the chain space like this. Okay, if you do like this, see, this single crochet will be looking odd. Okay, so what we have to do, all the chain spaces, like how we are using only the two loops in the double crochet, see here we are using only the front and back loop, right? So like the same way for chain also, we should use only the top two loops and don't disturb the back hump. See here, the back hump is below the hook. Okay, so I am taking only two loops and doing my single crochet. By this way, see, all our single crochets are of same size. Okay, so make sure that you don't do the single crochet into the chain space. You just make sure you are doing the single crochet in the chain with only two loops. See here, like this. Okay, so continue this round. Let me show you how to skip the center square. Okay, then you can continue. See, all the chain one, I am just using only the 2 loops so that my single crochet will be even throughout. If you don't want to do 2 rows, you can always stop with a single row, but with a contrast color. See, I'm using say my last round of the square is white, and I'm using pink for the single crochet row, right? Why we are starting from the back side? Because we don't want any slip stitch or any other ending tail end to weave in the front side. Okay, whatever we have to weave in, let it be on the back side, so that even though we weaved in, it need not be visible in the front. See here, I have reached the chain 1 space. Again, use only 2 loops, right? Now what we have to do, we have to skip this center square and start the next single crochet in the next side square. See here, I have not done anything in this square. I have done 1 single crochet here in the side square and just started the next single crochet in the chain of the next square. By this way, when you continue, you will have the perfect V instead of a blunt V or a U shaped. Okay, because we should not disturb the poncho base, right? See here, see, since we have skipped the center square here, our poncho base is untouched. The V shape maintains as the same. Like the same way, when you do in the back side, you will not do any single crochets in this square. Once you have done your first 1 single crochet in this chain of the side square, you will directly come to the next and do the slip stitch. Okay, so continue 2 rows. When you do the next round, you will skip these 2 center single crochets. See here and here, and you will, after you have done the single crochet here, you will directly go to the 4th single crochet. You will skip the 1 and 2, the middle 2 single crochets, right? So I'll meet you at the end of this row, and we'll start the border at the bottom. Okay, see, I have done my first row and did a slip stitch into the first stitch. Okay, now what we are going to do, if you want, you can stop here, or you can do 1 more row of single crochet. Okay, you can change color if you want, but my suggestion is, anyway 2 rows of single crochet will be good in single color. Okay, so it's up to you to change colors or not. Okay, so again, chain 1, do a single crochet. Don't go more than 2 rows, because if you go more than 2 rows, again this neck opening will be shrunken and it will not be useful. Okay, so stick with 1 or 2 rows. Okay, so now see here, these 2 are my center stitch. If I do the single crochet in these 2 stitches also, then my V shape get a rect. So what I'll do, I will skip this stitch that is on the chain of this square, and this stitch which is on the chain of this square. So I will skip 2 middle stitch and do a direct single crochet in the 3rd stitch. Now if you see, my V shape remains the same, right? See here, see, The V shape is still a V shape, not a U or any blunt V like, right? So this is how you will be continuing the same. When you come here also, you will skip the single crochet which is in this chain and single crochet which is in this chain, and jump from here to here. Okay, so like how we have skipped the this square in the previous row, the same way we are skipping these two chain spaces single crochet in the next row, right? So continue till the end and we'll see how to do the bottom border, right? See, 2 rows done. Do a chain 1 and fasten this off. Tighten this and we can weave in this later. This is why we have started our border with the back side, because there should not be any tail ends to be weaved in the front side. Okay, so later on we can weave in, no problem with that. Now we go for a bottom border. You can always do a single crochet row like this after you have joined the squares. That's up to you, it's not at all a problem. But my suggestion is, if you do 1 more or 2 more rows of the granny pattern, it will be very good to have a finished look. Okay, see, even though we have joined our squares, there will be some points in the joining which is not a perfect ending on both sides. So in order to avoid that, for the border, what we can do is, we will do 2 more rows of granny pattern and then we'll do the border. Okay, how, let me tell you how to decide how many rows you have to do for the border. Okay, see here, my last row is white like in the front side, so my border here, my single crochet row here is in pink, so I have to have my single crochet row in pink in the bottom also. So for that, what I'll do, I will do 1 row of pink, 1 row of granny pattern pink here, and 1 row of white pattern, white color granny pattern here, and again then after the white I will start my single crochet border with the pink like in the top. If you want a bigger one, you should not do one more row, you have to do 2 more rows, so that you will come back to the same color when you have the single crochet border. What I'm trying to say is, see, if I add 2 more rows, again my border will be white color, so I can start the single crochet row with the pink. If you wanted a bigger one, you should not add just 1 pink row in granny pattern and just start the border with the white. You have to do 2 more rows, so that you will have pink, white, and then again pink, white, so that you will always should have white on your end, no matter how many rows you are having, and then you will have the same color border, same single crochet border in the end also. No matter how many colors you are choosing, make sure the color sequence is followed in such a way that your single crochet, what color you have used for the single crochet border at the top, the same color should be in sequence with the end also. Okay, since I'm using only 2 colors, I will change these two. I'll make only 2 rows and I'll come back to the pink single crochet border. Okay, if you have used 3 colors, then you can do 3 colors in the same sequence, then you can do the same border in the same color, right? So now we are going to do the granny pattern in the contrast color of my last row. Two rows will be fine if you use 2 colors. If you use 3 colors, always do the 3rd row, and then make sure that you are having the sequence in such a way that whatever color you are using for the single crochet in the top, that the same color should be come in the sequence in the end also for single crochet. Okay, so you can start anywhere from here, no problem, right? So I'll start from this corner. If you have any tail ends to weave in, this is the time when you weave in all those, because after this we will not be having any weave in time or do a stitch again, right? So start from here, chain 3, corner. What we have to do, we have to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Now chain 1, do 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. So continue the same. You may have confusion what to do with these ends. Okay, my suggestion is do a 3 double crochet in this chain 1 space and then chain 1, then again do a chain 1 3 double crochet in this space. In that way our poncho will be bigger, at the same time it will not be of irregular shape. If you do only 1 3 double crochet with these two, it will be like a folded one, and this particular part will be a mess. So don't worry about these two. What we have to do, all chain ones we will have 3 double crochet, right? So here is one chain 1, do 3 double crochet, and here is another chain 1, do 3 double crochet. That's it. And all the corners we'll have only 2 corners, because we will be having only the front and back part. So in the corner we will do 3 2 3, and in all the chain 1 space we will do 3 double crochets, chain 1. See here, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet. Here also in the joining 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet. Okay, so continue the row and one more row with the another color, so that I will have the end color as the same as that of the top, and I will do the border. Okay, so continue 2 more rows of this, sorry, 1 more row of this. After you complete this row, then we'll see how to do the single crochet border, right? See, I have completed 2 rows of the granny pattern. Okay, this is why we have to do some rows of granny pattern. See, now it is no more like we have attached the square, right? It seems like throughout we have done a granny pattern, right? So for that only we have to do 2 or 4 rows of granny pattern before we do the edging, right? So see here, I have done one cluster in this chain 1 and one cluster in this chain 1. That makes this edging proper. If I combine these two, it would not be as flat as it seems, right? So that is why we have to do 2 3 double crochets in each of the chain 1 at the joining, right? Now we have reached the border part. As mentioned earlier, you can continue the number of rows according to the size you want. Since I'm doing for a kid, it's 2T size. I'm not going to continue. I'll just stop and do the single crochet border. See, in my sequence here I have completed it with white, so I'll be doing the single crochet row with the same color as that of top edging, right? So I will start where I have left the previous row, chain 1, do a simple knot so that it will stay together. Okay, right. Now do a single crochet in all the chain spaces and all the double crochets. See, if you might remember that here, since we have to maintain this perfect V structure, we have skipped the first square, the middle square, and the next row we have skipped the middle 2 stitches, right? So like same way we have to maintain the V structure. So what we have to do in this corner chain space, we have to do, if you do two single crochets only, it will become a blunt one. See, some of the chain space is still left. So what we have to do, we will be doing 3 single crochets here, right, in the chain 2 space, either here in the center and center in the front. We will do 3 single crochets. That is how when we do the next row, we will do 3 single crochets in the center. If we have done only 2 single crochet, then where we can increase, there will be no center stitch here, right? Then where we can increase in the next row. That is why we have to do 3 single crochets in the chain 2 space here and here, so that when we do the next row, we will do 3 single crochets in the middle stitch. Okay, so that is how we will be doing that. That is the only thing you have to remember in this row. Otherwise you will just keep on doing the single crochets in all the stitches and all the chain ones, and make sure you are doing the single crochet in the chain with only the two loops of the chain, except for here. Okay, because since we will be doing 3 single crochets in 2 chains, we can't have it in only both the loops. So except for the center chain 2, all the chain 1 should be all the single crochet in the chain 1 should be done only in the top loops of the chain, not the complete chain space. See here, we are having white color remaining in the chain 1 space also, right? So do all the way across and finish it here, and do one more row. Since I have done 2 rows here, I will be doing 2 rows here also. You can do any rows, any number of rows you want according to the size you need. If you have decided for a like say for example 15-inch, but you are till this last end you had only 14.5-inch, so that you will have only 2 row of single crochet to fill out the half-inch. Or you want broader edging with a single crochet, not with the granny pattern, you can always do 4 or 5 rows according to your wish. Okay, so right now we will do 2 rows, and in the second row I will tell you how to make room for fringes. Okay, so continue till the end for 1 row, and we'll see the next rows. Okay, see, I have completed my first round. If you are okay with this, you can always stop it right here. Okay, but again it's up to you. If you want the single crochet border a little bit broader, you can do like 4 to 5 rows. Okay, so if you like it just now and you just wanted to add fringe, you can do like how we are doing. Okay, if you want, you can add few more rows, like 3 rows, and you can do 4th row as this last row to add fringes. Okay, it's nothing complicated. You just want to add some chain spaces, so that in those chain spaces you will be having the fringes. Okay, and my opinion is I won't be adding any fringes because this is for a 2-year-old, so I won't be adding any fringe because it may cost them, they may chew the loose ends, right? So I won't be adding any fringe for this. My suggestion is add fringes only for adults. Okay, not children's or teens, right? So what we can do is, if you want a bigger border, you can add 2 more rows, and finally you have to continue this round at the end. So chain 1, do a single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. So all the middle rounds, what we have told, among the 3 single crochets, the middle single crochet is the one we will be doing the increase. So all the previous round you will be having 3 single crochets in the middle stitch like this, so that we can maintain the V structure, right? And you can continue the same. When you come here also, you will be doing 3 single crochets in the center stitch. But if you want to add fringe, except last round, you will be doing the same. For the last round, what you will be doing is, we will be having chain spaces, right? So in the center stitch, do 1 double crochet, chain 2 and another double crochet. So instead of the increase, we have done a chain 2. This is where you will be having the fringes. You will be adding the fringes like the same way. You can add the chain space according to your own interval. Like if you want more close fringes, more fringes too close, then you can add the chain space every 2 stitches. After you have done 2 stitches, add chain space. If you want a reasonable gap between the fringes, you can have the gaps, you can have the chain spaces after every 5 stitches. See here, 1 2 3 4 5. Then you can add chain 1, chain 2, then do a single crochet like this. After every 5 single crochet, you can add chain 2 spaces, so that you will be having the fringes at a reasonable gap. See, 1 2 3 4 5. I will add chain 2 and continue the stitch. See here, right? But you will be continuing the same till the end. Here only you will be having single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the same center stitch, because that is our increase, right? And you will be continuing the same. So wherever you have chain spaces, you will be adding fringes. I will let you know how to add a fringe. See here, I am not going to add any fringe, so I have not cut any yarn. See, just for your sake, I will just explain it to you how to add the fringe. Consider this is your fringe. Like you will be having 10 of that of equal size strands, right? What you will be doing is, you have to pull it up. See here, this is our chain 2 space, right? You have to insert your hook and pull this out. See, pull this out. Make sure the ends here are same, right? Now you have the gap here. Insert this tail ends above the, see, this is how you will add fringe. See, the only thing you have to remember is, you have to insert, you have to pull through into the wrong side. See here, this is my wrong side, this is my right side, right? What I'm doing, I am inserting the hook and pulling the strands for fringes into the wrong side. Then only after I pull through the strands into the gap, the proper end, see, the proper end will be in my right side. The twisted end, see here, if we have a twist, right, the twisted end will be your wrong side. The proper end will be on your right side, right? See, it will not be good if you have the twisted end in the right side, right? So this is how you will be adding. What you have to do, make sure you have your right side facing you. Insert your hook, pull the strands into your left wrong side. This is my wrong side, and my loop is in the wrong side. Then only when I pull the strands, the loop goes into the right side, and I will have only the right side end in the right side. This twisted end will be in the wrong side. Okay, so this is how you will be adding fringe every chain to space, right? So again I'm saying, for kids, don't add any fringes. Let it be the common simple poncho, because it can they can chew them and it can cause chokel. Okay, so this is how you will be adding fringes, right? Every 5 stitches you can have chain to space. If you don't want fringes, what you have to do, just all the following rows will be the same. Just have 3 single crochets in the center stitch, and continue. Don't increase anywhere, don't skip any stitch also. And when you come here, you will be having 3 single crochets in the center stitch, and you will complete like the same way what we have done here. Okay, so this is how our poncho will be, right? So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you have made any one of these, please post it in our Facebook page so that everyone will appreciate your great work. Okay, like our Facebook page Ahilu Art, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any video. Go to my Etsy shop, shop whatever you want, click on the favorite shop, and we'll do many things together. Thank you. Bye bye.